I think anytime you're home, it's a good thing, especially in the situation we're in. But yeah, it's not normal for us to start that many on the road. Usually, last couple of years we've opened up at home, so it'll be good just to get into be in our normal routine and players be in their normal situations rather than discomfort. So hopefully it translates well. But yeah, it's always good to be in front of our fans.
There's another team in the league that tends to have one of the higher possession averages. What are your possession thoughts on this weekend's matchup against a team that plays a pretty similar style?
I only worry about us. I'm not going to comment on Bay. We have to be better in our possession. I think last weekend was the first time since I've taken over that we were outpossessed. So I'm not thrilled about that. But again, it's what you do with those possessions, right? So yeah, I think there's more and more teams that are trying to play, and which is good. It's good for the league. But we have to be the best version of ourselves, regardless of how other teams play. And if we do that, then we give ourselves a chance, and we have to do it for 90 minutes. So, we're expecting a competitive game as we always do, and they'll be threatening in certain areas, in certain moments of the game. But we have to make sure that we're really disciplined, and maybe at home we decide we want to take a little bit more risk. But the 90 minutes will tell a sign. So. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what the game brings.
You talked about your situation, 0-2-2 to start the year. It really felt like you've been in every game, including the last one up until a couple minutes in stoppage time. What's it going to take to get that first win of the season?
Score goals. I mean, you look at the game we've created, XG of over 2, except for this last game, and you look at the Louisville game. We're down a goal. We scrap back. We perform well. You leave there with a tie the first game, you're okay. The rain game, we go down 2-0. We didn't play like ourselves for 60 minutes. All of a sudden, we wake up and create tons of chances and don't convert. So that game can go either way. Portland, I thought we played well, and we missed the PK, and that's part of it. But we had other chances as well. So we could easily be 3-1 or 4-0 or 2-2, or we could be 0-4. So. The positive about the draws for me was that they were on the road and it was in tough environments and tough situations. But we got to be better in and around goal. We got to have a little bit more ruthlessness about us. We can't expect someone else to do it. When we create chances, we have to make the most of those individual chances because we may not get many in time. So, yeah, it's a matter of having that desire to score in and around the box. I think so. I mean, look, it's the hardest thing to do in a game, right? So, I said this to someone. I think I did an interview yesterday, and I compared it almost to baseball, where someone has a hitless streak of 10, and they get a little dribbler up the line, and all of a sudden they go 10 for 10 after that, right? So sometimes you just need that. And right now they're pressing. You can see it. It's not that they're not trying. It's just that we've hit the post, we've missed chances, and they just haven't found the net. And the league hasn't been too crazily high scoring this year in comparison. I mean, you have the couple of teams, but everyone else has sort of been these 0-0 games, 1-0 games. So that just shows the competitiveness. But yeah, you just need one just to sort of release the pressure. And if you could do that at home, I think it doubles up, right? So one can lead to 2. It could lead to 3. It could just take that one. But I think it gives a confidence that they finally did it because they've done everything else right up until that point. But it just hasn't been for a full 90, and that's what we're looking for. And it takes time. And if you look at the last couple of years, I don't know the records offhand, but the last couple of years we haven't started off the year right. We would win our home game, so it was home, and then we wouldn't win for like 4 games. So we're almost in the same spot we've been in the last several years. It's just at some point it's got to turn, right? And that's what we've talked to the players about. I think they stay true to what we're doing, right? And I think over the last couple of years, it's there's more. I wouldn't say there's more of a belief. I would say there's. You look at the group that's playing up top; it's almost 3-4 new players, right? So the continuity. We're still getting players to understand how we play, the demands and the detail of what we're asking. It's not for a lack of trying. Do I think we've underperformed? At times, but I say that as a whole. Staff, everybody, like, we all have to be better in certain moments. But the turn, I don't know. All I talked to the players about yesterday was I just don't want them to be shy from the turn. I don't want them to be afraid from it. I don't want them to walk away from it. Like, we have to continue to believe, and we have to make the turn happen. We can't wait for it to happen. So that's what we talked to them about yesterday. It's just too many people, when it's not going their way, they walk away. It's too hard for them. They shy away. It's a moment, and we just got to keep pressing and going forward and believing. And then from there, you just never know what can transpire. But it's just too early in the season for us to really worry about it. But I just need to see a little bit more of an attitude and swagger about who we are and what we believe we are, and not allow teams to dictate who we become in a game. And I think that's happened a few times.
Talk a little bit about some of the new faces on this team. You have an incredibly young team as well. Do you think right now it's a little bit of growing pains just with the youth that you're playing with?
Yeah, I mean, we're young in age, but we're also young mentally. And I say that because of experience, right? And obviously the frustrations, I don't mean that in a negative way. We're just young, right? I mean, experiences are everything. But it's also experiences together. You can have your individual experiences, but if you don't have the experiences together, you don't know how to get through that. So I think, if anything, it's a positive for the group. But the youngness, it's more internal. It's not letting the negative things affect you for the next 10 minutes. It's negative things are going to happen. It's life. It's life. And it's an everyday thing. Problem is, a lot of people don't know how to cope with life either, right? Because people want everything so easy sometimes. And when the difficult things, they run from hard. They run from difficult. I want us to embrace that. And that will give us the experience we need. But they're perfectionists. They care. I think the young kids now, they feel that they're letting people down if things don't go. They're letting themselves down, letting their families down. They're not letting me down. The only way they're letting me down is if they're letting themselves down, because that can only be fixed so much. That's an internal pressure. So I've really just let them be. I'm still getting to understand them a little bit because there's so many different young personalities. And I'm trying not to add any more pressure to the already innate pressure that they put on themselves. So it's definitely been a challenge. We also don't have as many veterans as we've had in years past. So people need to step up, but they'll be okay. It's all part of the process.
I mean, are you doing anything to try to relate to some of the 20-year-old?
No. Well, Riley's. I mean, look. They're also young. They're also mature beyond their years. All of them. I'm done with like Twitter and stuff. Like some of the crap that people say to you when you tie a game. Like, you need to get off their couch and see the sun a little bit. Like it's like the fact that people send some of the things they send to people. It makes me question people, right? And so I'm done with that garbage. The TikTok and stuff, that's not my personality. I don't have any time for that. They can do that stuff. Like, that's their brand. I just let that. Like, I stay to myself too. Like, I'm not that way. If anything, they're helping me grow too. I have to be better in certain moments and pick and choose when I can communicate with them in those moments. But yeah, and I'd be lying to you if I say I haven't questioned things myself over these last months. Like it's natural. It's a natural tendency. You don't want to feel like you're letting your players down, and you don't want to feel like you're letting the club down. You don't want to feel like you're letting the fans down. But you know what? As long as we stay true to who we are and what we do, then I'm fine with it. I just put pressure on myself too. It's just a natural thing of being a high performer. So.
I'll ask one more.
Yeah.
When you have had the kind of rough starts to the season in the past, does it almost give you as a staff a comfort? Like, we have been here, we have kind of made that shift, and we've gotten into our stride. Do you feel a little bit more solace knowing you've done it, you've turned the page, and you could probably do it again? Or is it, this is a new year, how do we get this group kind of?
I think it's a combination of the two. I mean, we also have a bunch of injuries, right? I mean, we're without players that are veterans that have gotten us through these things. So we're relying on the young player to do that. It's if they start believing in themselves, then I'm okay. I think they're questioning themselves a little bit right now, and that's the hard thing. And until I see that change, there's always going to be, okay, how do we manage and maneuver through this? That's just a natural thing. There's no doubt in my mind, talent-wise, we're going to get through it. It's just, what does it look like on the other side, right? And, it may not be certain players playing together. Maybe we have all the same players playing at the same time. They're all quite similar. Maybe we need to break that up a little bit and add a little bit of indifference in terms of the quality of the player or the qualities of a player. So that's stuff that we've looked at. But I wouldn't say because of years past, that gives us comfort. We never like to be in this position because the years past, I saw the group maybe less impacted by it, like almost like they knew like we're going to be fine. I think this group is still trying to figure themselves out in terms of who are they. We haven't really created that part yet. We're seeing signs of it, but whereas in the years past we knew the group, right? And I've said this a million times, like having continuity from year to year to year is so important in this sport, especially the way we play. But when you're bringing in 7 new faces again and you lose key players, we need now the new key players to step in, but they just don't have the same experience, and they've only been 4 games in, so with us. And am I in panic mode? No. Am I worried? No. I just worry about their psyche when things don't go well, and that's what we're trying to improve, because they are so young. I mean, some of them are younger than some college teams. So yeah, I guess that's the fun part. It's part of the process, but we'll get through it. They'll be fine. They trained well. They had a great energy about themselves yesterday. You try and break it up a little bit. Try not to make them think about it. I would be lying to you if I wasn't disappointed in the performance against Gotham. But I would also say that for 40 minutes, I thought we were fantastic. And the first goal put us on our heels, and the second goal was sort of a complete balloon buster. And then at halftime, it was just silence. And no matter what you say, it's like, and then 2 minutes in, 30 seconds in, they almost score, and then they score right off that. And then you could see the group was like, how are we going to get out of this? But we competed to the end. Pinto comes in, scores a good goal. So those types of things are good because teams could quit. We didn't show any sign of that. And that's good for me as a coach to see.